Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. It is the penultimate day before the Pegasus World Cup. Boy, we got 11 exciting races. Let's take a look at those track and weather conditions.
We start the afternoon with a fast main track, a firm turf course, a sunny sky with a lot of wind in the area today. First of the day over the turf at a mile and a 16th. Maiden claimers in for a price tag of $20,000. We had a field of 8 signed on. The favorites included the 7 Offshore Trip and the 8 Diplomatic Shaft. Racing at Gulfstream. From the inside, Dino Dude gets the first call from the gray Family Justice, who moves up to challenge. Away in third is Offshore Trip while looking to drop over. Captain Kidd is along the rail, racing ahead of Diplomatic Shaft. Then at the fence goes Wigwam Summer, third last. Half Gray is second last, and the comebacker Looking Forever is last of all, separated by 5 lengths as they slacken the early pace. With the lead, it's Dino Dude. He has them stacked and packed. He has the lead a half a length over Family Justice in second. Up on the outside, here's Half Gray on a big move all the way up into third while 3 wide. Captain Kidd saves ground toward the rail. Mid-flight is Offshore Trip racing ahead of Wigwam Summer. Then outside to Looking Forever, and Diplomatic Shaft gets the shuffle to last through the opening quarter in 24-1. Down the backstretch they go. Dino Dude has the lead. Pressure on the outside from long shot Half Gray. Family Justice rein back now running third, and on the outside to Offshore Trip fourth. Down at the inside races Captain Kidd. Up on the outside is Looking Forever. He's 3 wide, a length better than Wigwam Summer, who's now the one to get shuffled back, and the trailer remains Diplomatic Shaft. The chess match continues. There's not been much pace on through the opening half mile in 49-4. The leader is Dino Dude. He's being asked to quicken to maintain control over Family Justice in second. On the inside, and Captain Kidd a joint third. Racing in the 2-path is Offshore Trip fourth. Up on the outside, it's Looking Forever trying to mount a charge with Wigwam Summer. Diplomatic Shaft needs some place to go, and they're at the top of the stretch. Family Justice, the first to turn in. On the outside and coming on now is Captain Kidd. Into the clear goes Diplomatic Shaft with Looking Forever. Final furlong, and on the outside, Captain Kidd strides to a narrow lead. On the inside, and Dino Dude fighting on. Captain Kidd, Dino Dude, Captain Kidd for the lead. Diplomatic Shaft too late. Captain Kidd wins. Diplomatic Shaft up for second, then Dino Dude. Photo after that involving Family Justice and Wigwam Summer in 145 flat. Number 5, Captain Kidd rallies to get the victory in the opening contest under strong handling from Irad Ortiz Jr. for trainer Marcus Vitale and the Cross Sabers Farm. Second, 8 Diplomatic Shaft, who flew home to nail number 1 Dino Dude, who ran third. To the second race now on the main track at 6 furlongs. Claimers in for a price tag of $12,500. Scratch the 2 and 5. These are 3-year-old fillies. Favorites were 6 West Coast Miss and 7 Dancing Noel. And they're off. Dancing Noel, one of the first to begin, moving out the rail. Indian Myth is sent along by Jimenez, and Indian Myth now takes the lead from Dancing Noel, who will flank her while second. Magnato Go is between horses in third, working ahead of Zarabanda, and West Coast Mist will have to pass them all as they race to the half-mile point. Indian Myth has the lead 3 parts of a length. Dancing Noel on the chase in second. Magnato Go is now third. Gap of 4 to Zarabanda, and on her inside is West Coast Miss as they round the far turn. Opening quarter mile, 22-3 as they approach the 3 furlong point. Up front, it's still Indian Myth in front by a neck. Dancing Noel draws alongside the leader second. These two dominate. They've worked 7 lengths ahead of Zarabanda, who gets around Magnato Go, and still nothing from West Coast Miss. They run to the top of the stretch with a quarter of a mile left to go, and at even money, Dancing Noel looking awfully tough as she's put away Indian Myth and has no stretch challenges through a 46.5 mile. Dancing Noel straightens for the drive, gets away by 2. Indian Myth flat to the boards trying to hold on to second, then Zarabanda and West Coast Miss, but inside the final 16th, even money. Pretty easy money on Dancing Noel as she remains undefeated. She goes 2 for 2 in her racing career and wins this easily by 4 lengths. Zarabanda gets second, Indian Myth was third, West Coast Miss finished fourth. Number 7, Dancing Noel, remains undefeated as she goes 2 for 2 in her racing career, winning with something in the tank under Luis Saez for trainer Armando Della Cerda and the Midwest Thoroughbreds. 3, Zarabanda at a nice price getting second, ahead of the 1 Indian Myth, who did all the heavy lifting but had to settle for third. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, the Friday card rolls on. Don't go away.
We have to take care of these horses that, give us so much joy.
Being accredited by the TAA gives us instant credibility. People trust us even more than they have before because they know that the TAA has been to all of our locations and that our horses are well cared for.
I mean, this farm wouldn't look the way it is, these horses wouldn't look the way they are if it wasn't for the generosity and the hard work of the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
They've united our whole industry in terms of the aftercare movement.
We're all working together for the same purpose.
Back now for the third race of the day at 1 mile over the main track. Maiden Claimer is in for a price tag of $25,000. We had a field of 7. Off-time favorite and heavily backed, in fact, was number 2, Galileo's Affair. And they're off. Good start from the inside for Tinka's Bird. Up the road has some speed. The favorite got banged around there. Galileo's Affair off-strided momentarily as she brushed with Run Gal Run as they run out of the chute. So Jaramillo's going to put Rocket Queen on the engine and lead the way by a length and a quarter over Tinka's Bird. Second, Jubilant is third. On the inside, and Run Gal Run takes over fourth from the favorite Galileo's Affair. She improves on the rail under Luis Saez. Second last is Black Wind, and Up the Road is last of all behind an opening quarter in 24-3. They go to the final half mile of the contest. The leader, Rocket Queen, by almost 2. Tinka's Bird trying to keep up second. Jubilant is third. Toward the inside, it's Galileo's Affair, and from between horses, Run Gal Run. Then Black Wind, who's 3 wide, and at the back of the field is Up the Road as they go past the half-mile point. The leader is Rocket Queen. She's into the far turn through a 48-second half mile and leads by 4. The favorite Galileo's Affair taking up the slack and into second. Racing third is Tinka's Bird, 3 wide and Jubilant. Up the road, set down by Chamafi, trying to make some ground, although she was put in tight as Black Wind marched forward. So they're at the 5/16. Rocket Queen is all in, and that's all for her. But the good news is here comes the barn buddy, Galileo's Affair on the outside. And Galileo's Affair is up to take the lead. Rocket Queen tries to stay with her second. Black Wind is third, then Jubilant running on a bit is Up the Road after 3 quarters. In 1:14-3, they're into the drive, and at 1-5, Galileo's Affair bids this field a pleasant Friday good afternoon. It's all Galileo's Affair and Luis Saez. They're going to run up the score. It's Galileo's Affair at the 16th pole, posing for the picture. She's an easy winner. It's going to be Up the Road getting up for second ahead of Black Wind third. Jubilant finish fourth. Number 2, Galileo's Affair finds a field of her liking, and she destroys the third race competition under strong handling from Luis Saez, giving him back-to-back wins. So does trainer Armando De La Cerda. They get back-to-back scores together, in fact. This one for Crystal Racing Enterprises. Second, the 4, Up the Road, ahead of number 7, Black Wind, who ran third. To the 4th race at 6 furlongs, Claimer's in for a price tag of $6,250. A field of 8 signed on. Favored on the drop-in class was number 1, Creative Talent. Ready for a start. And they're off. From the outside, Miss Stalwart begins nicely, sending out the rail. Creative Talent shows speed, and now Creative Talent throttles open to take the lead. Miss Stalwart settles in second. Toward the inside, Uruguayan Princess is now third, followed by Kabuki in fourth, ahead of Dreaming of Aka. Out wide is Star Miley, rushing between horses, Easy's Mistress, and the trailer is Bella Sunrise. They fly past the half-mile pole, separated by 10 lengths, and with the lead, Creative Talent, letting it all hang loose on a 5-length lead from Miss Stalwart, second, Kabuki third. Dreaming of Aka runs up on the outside of Uruguayan Princess and takes over fourth. 3 ahead of Star Miley, Easy's Mistress not firing, and 5 to Bella Sunrise. 5/16 to go. Creative Talent's not giving him a chance yet. She still has a sizable advantage of better than 5. 3 wide and Kabuki from second, Miss Stalwart third. Dreaming of Aka trying to thread the needle from fourth, then Star Miley and Easy's Mistress, and they're at the top of the stretch. Medina and Creative Talent just keep going. Creative Talent now in front by 7. The battle strictly for second as Creative Talent will never face a serious threat. She's at the 16th pole and well clear. Creative Talent in an absolute romp on the drop-in class. Dreaming of Aka is going to rally for second, ahead of Kabuki third, and Easy's Mistress finish fourth. Number 1, Creative Talent makes short work of her rivals in today's 4th race, winning in gate-to-wire fashion under Abby Medina, Alan Michelle Crawford Racing, and trainer Jorge Navarro. 2, Dreaming of Aka second, 5, Kabuki ran third. To the 5th race now at 1 mile over the main track. Claimer's in for a price tag of $6,250. A field of 9 signed on. Favorites were 1, Shootist, and 4, Midnight on Broadway. And they're off. From From the center, Traffic Express gets the first call. Moving to challenge is Little Sky. Down toward the inside, Shootist is being sent along. He wants position more than he wants the lead. In between horses, Midnight on Broadway also marching forward as they exit the chute. Shootist will land in front. He's under restraint, and moving up the challenge again is Midnight on Broadway. 3 wide is Traffic Express, and racing in fourth is Sanad. Down inside, Eye of the Lion follows along fifth. He's about 3 lengths off the lead. Then comes El Cheval, racing a length better than Little Sky. And at the back of the group, the trailer is Wild Force, and farther back to Circle City. 24 and 3 for the opening quarter speed. At 2-1, the leader is Shootist in front by a neck. Out 3 wide, Sanad turning up the pressure on Midnight on Broadway, who have to quicken to keep his spot. Fourth toward the rail is Eye of the Lion. He's close enough, if good enough, for Lionel Reyes. Then back fifth is Traffic Express, 3 clear of El Cheval, who's 3 clear of Little Sky. Then it's a gap back to Wild Force and Circle City. Being eased out of the race was Eye of the Lion. That's the 2 Eye of the Lion who has been eased through a 48 1/2 mile. Shootist is all in, and Midnight on Broadway takes the lead, and Jimenez has not moved his hands at all. Midnight on Broadway, strictly the boss as they get to the quarter-mile pole. Off the fence for a rebid is Shootist, back to third Sanad, running on El Cheval toward the rail and Little Sky. 3/4, 113 flat. Midnight on Broadway starts to get away. Midnight on Broadway at the 3/16 kicks to a 6-length lead. He has no dangers. The battle's on for second as Little Sky is trying to catch Shootist down the outside in El Cheval. To the wire, Midnight on Broadway is 2-1, and he's an easy winner. He won it by 6 in the end. Shootist is going to hold on for second, Little Sky third, then El Cheval and Sanad in 139 and 2.
Number 4, Midnight on Broadway, makes it look pretty easy in today's 5th race, winning with something in the tank under Albin Jimenez, the trainer Yvonne Belsor, and owner Bruno Schickendans. Second 1, Shootist, third 5, Little Sky. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you the Rainbow Six sequence. More than $4 million up for grabs right after this.
And Go Zepper is pulling away. Go Zepper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Go Zepper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
On January 27th, the world's richest thoroughbred horse race returns. The Pegasus World Cup Invitational. 12 of the world's best horses compete for a record $16 million purse. It's an unforgettable entertainment experience you won't want to miss. At Gulfstream Park, one of Florida's premier entertainment destinations. Tickets on sale now at PegasusWorldCup.com.
Back now for race number 6 on the program, the start of today's Rainbow Six. The Rainbow Six went over the $4 million mark today. This race over the turf at a mile and a 16. Starter allowance optional claiming event. Scratch 4, Sanger, field of 7. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Poor beginning for two-step time, about 2 lengths last. From between horses, Change Will Do You Good, away the best, and quickly goes to the front over What Power, who's away in second. Global Entry is out of there third. From fourth, it's Barney Rebel. He settles into stride about 4 lengths off the pace setter with Kabang on his outside. The 2 at the back are Bird Humor and Two-Step Time. Around the first turn they go. Change Will Do You Good leads it now by 2. What Power is clearly second. Global Entry is clearly third. Barney Rebel follows along fourth, 2 in front of Kabang, then Two-Step Time, and the trailer remains Bird Humor. Strung out over about 9 or 10 lengths in the run to the backstretch after completing the opening quarter in 24 seconds flat. It's Change Will Do You Good, in from New York and in front by 2. What Power is second toward the inside. Barney Rebel improves the spot for Joel Rosario. Third now and only 2.5 off the leader. From fourth, it's Global Entry. He's on the outside and about 4.5 lengths off the lead. Two-Step Time moves up toward his inside. Kabang is 3 wide and Bird Humor is last through an opening half mile in 49 seconds flat. Everything the way of Change Will Do You Good. He got a soft second quarter and maintains the lead. Barney Rebel at the inside to the outside and What Power, 3 wide in Global Entry as they start to quicken the pace. Back to fifth and running on Two-Step Time, then Kabang. Nothing yet from Bird Humor as they run to the top of the stretch. 3/4, 113 and 2, and there's a 1/4 mile left to go. Chris Landero shakes the reins at Change Will Do You Good, who turns first on top by 2. Barney Rebel into the clear to try to get after him toward the outside. It's Global Entry from between horses. What Power down the outside and and Kabang, but Change will do you good. Still there by a length and a quarter. Global Entry takes another run at him. Here's the line. Change will do you good as Hang It On. Second, Global Entry close for third. Kabang or What Power in 142 flat.
Number 5, Change will do you good. Got change, and it did him good as he invades from New York and goes all the way under jockey Chris Landeros for Chuck Simon and Flying P Stable. Second, 2, Global Entry ahead of 6, What Power, who ran third. To the 7th race now on the start of the late pick 5. Claimers on turf at about 7.5 furlongs. A field of 10, heavily favored off a good run last time. Number 5, Hope's Roar.
And they're off. One of the first to begin was Hope's Roar, but up on the outside there goes Hold That Kitten to take the lead. Far outside and Be Sure Lisa, widest of all, is Under the Rain as they run to the first turn. In between horses is Hope's Roar. Down at the fence goes Geo Patricia with Leroyd's Mommy taken back. She's floated now into the 3-path, followed by Cunningham Creek and Swapple. The 2 at the back are Our Run to Perfection and Alley Cruz. Around the first turn they go. Hold That Kitten leads now by almost 2. In the second spot is a joint spot here with on the outside Be Sure Lisa and toward the inside Geo Patricia. Followed fourth by Under the Rain, who's racing only 3 lengths off the lead. Then the favorite Hope's Roar, who's parked at the rail and about 5 lengths off the pace setter. On her outside is Leroyd's Mommy ahead of Cunningham Creek and Swapple. Then it's 3 to Our Run to Perfection and Alley Cruz. The opening quarter went in 23 and 3, and loose up top, Hold That Kitten still strides on a 4-length lead. Geo Patricia is second on the outside and Be Sure Lisa third. Racing fourth is on the outside to Under the Rain. Toward the inside, Hope's Roar. Hope's Roar wants to follow Geo Patricia, who hasn't quickened yet. 3 wide. There goes Leroyd's Mommy on the outside, and Leroyd's Mommy now makes a move into a joint second. That'll send Under the Rain into the shuffle mode, trying to find room as Hope's Roar. Then backpedaling as Be Sure Lisa. They're at the top of the stretch. Hold That Kitten has the lead. Saya's got a beautiful split for Hope's Roar. We'll see if she can catch the leader now with 1/8 of a mile left. Hold That Kitten by a length. Here's Hope's Roar to take her shot on the outside, and Hope's Roar now powers past. Battle's going to be for second. Hold That Kitten trying to hold off Leroyd's Mommy. It's Hope's Roar in front. Close for second. Hold That Kitten or Leroyd's Mommy, then Cunningham Creek in 1:30 and 1.
Number 5, Hope's Roar takes care of business in pretty easy style under Luis Saez, who gets his 3rd winner of the day. This one for Jorge Abreu and the New York Final Furlong Racing Stable. 7, Hold That Kitten held second ahead of the 8, Leroyd's Mommy, who ran third. Let's go now to the 8th race of the day at 6 furlongs over the main track. Claimers in for a price tag of $30,000. Scratch to 7, bar down. A field of 7, heavily favored. Number 1, Ranger in Paradise.
And they're off. Level beginning. Looking for the leader, it's Eklas who comes away with speed from between horses. Town Policy. Small Fortune is also sent along. Ranger in Paradise had to go to get some position. He has it now. He's at the rail. Silver Defense moves up and by him, however, ahead of Izzy the Warrior, and My Friend is last. They race down the backstretch and go to the half-mile point. Town Policy and Jaramillo shrugs off the challenge from Small Fortune, leads it a half a length. Racing in third is Silver Defense. He's now only 3 lengths off the lead while starting to improve. Odds-on favorite Ranger in Paradise will need to go from there. Gaffleone trying to get something out of him. He's fourth and about 4.5 lengths off the lead with Eklas on his outside. Then it's a gap of 3 to Izzy the Warrior, and My Friend is still last as they run top past the quarter-mile pole. With the lead now, Silver Defense and Alvaro Doniz sweeping up the put-ahead in front. Town Policy is back to second. Small Fortune is retreating. Ranger in Paradise really hasn't picked up his feet, but he is gaining some ground with 1/8 of a mile left to go. At 11 to 1, Silver Defense, the boss, he leads past the 8th pole on top by 3. Ranger in Paradise is going to catch Town Policy for second, but he can't catch Silver Defense, who's on his way to win. Silver Defense 2.5. Ranger in Paradise second. Town Policy third. Close for fourth, Eklas or Small Fortune in 1:10 and 1.
Upset winner to start the late pick 4. It's 3, Silver Defense at 11 to 1 under apprentice Alvaro Doniz, who gets the money for Troy Wismer, Breeze Easy LLC. The 1, Ranger in Paradise, didn't really fire his best shot. He just best of the rest while second, ahead of the pace setter Town Policy, who got weary late and held on for third. Let's go down to the 9th race and start the late pick 3. We're on the turf at a mile and a 16th. Claimers in for a price tag of $16,000. Scratch the 4, Major Point. A field of 10. The money was for 1, Purely Boy, and 3, Sportscaster.
And they're off. Good start from the inside for Sportscaster, who's heading off for the early lead. From the far outside, Chamois has speed. Widest of all in Giants Voice marching forward. These three quickest in the run to the finish line the first time. Then back to Adventist with Bingo, Bango Bongo. Purely Boy is in tight toward the rail. He's trying to secure rail running, but there's not much room there. Not much room at all as he slammed into Bingo, Bango Bongo. Third last is Second Street, and it's a gap of 4 to Till the End, who's last of all as they round the first turn. Up front, the leader is Chamois. Jockey Joel Rosario, 3 parts in front. Giants Voice is second. Sportscaster's in a great spot third, but tracking the top 2. Then to the outside goes Good and Proper ahead of Adventist, who's held up between horses. Out wide on the course is Second Street, racing a length better than Panzer Barcelona. Now the favorite Purely Boy has been guided to the 2 path. 3 wide is Bingo, Bango, Bongo, and 3 back to Till the End. Opening quarter was 23-3. They went a half mile and 48-1. There's less than half a mile to go. They start to tighten up. Sportscaster has now inherited the lead and moves a length better than Giants Voice in second. That's all for the early pace setter, and retreating now Chamois. Looking for Purely Boy. He's weaving through traffic. He's about 4.5 lengths off the lead. Out 3 wide on the course. Just in front of him is Second Street. Now running on is Good and Proper as they run to the top of the stretch. 3/4. 1:12-1. The leader is Sportscaster. He's being confronted by Good and Proper on the outside. 2 lengths back to Giants Voice, then Purely Boy. On the far outside in Second Street, Till the End from last with 1/8 of a mile to go. Sportscaster still finding, and Sportscaster leads by 3. Purely Boy and on the far outside Till the End with Good and Proper between. But as they come to the wire, Sportscaster will win it. Till the End flies home for second. Purely Boy third, and fourth Good and Proper.
Number 3, Sportscaster inherited the lead a half a mile out and drew away for a fairly easy victory under jockey Frankie Dettori, who saluted the Hallandale faithful with his signature flying dismount. Dale Romans owned and trained the son of Harlan's Holiday, who wins today's 9th. Second 9 Till the End, third 1 Purely Boy. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you the Late Daily Double, a Friday feature, right after this.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded in 1999 by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, now based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm, from the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
$16 million and 12 horses go to post in the world's richest horse race. There's a look at the competitors for tomorrow's Pegasus World Cup program. Gunrunner, announced at last night's Eclipse Awards as the Horse of the Year, headlines the field in his final race. He has 11 rivals to beat. We'll see if he can do it tomorrow. First post time, 11:30. On now to the Late Daily Double on the Friday program. Race 10 at a mile and a 16th. Allowance optional claiming event. First finish line race. Field of 7 signed on. The heavily favored runner was number 2, No Sweat.
And they're off. No Sweat gets the first call. Being sent on the outside is What About Tonight, and from between them it's Devilish Romance in the charge to the first turn. No Sweat secures the lead, and on the inside, and now No Sweat leads 3 parts of a length over What About Tonight in second. From the fence, Driver's Girl is third for Frankie Dettori, racing ahead of Princess Victoria. Devilish Romance is 3 wide. 2 back to Color and Colonel, and 3 to My Cousin Martha, who's last of all as the 2 favorites hook up. It's now What About Tonight, who looked intent on getting to the front and gets there now, but paid a 23-2 opening quarter for the lead. No Sweat is second. Back to third and angled outside is Driver's Girl. Then it's a gap of 2.5 to Devilish Romance, who's racing outside of Princess Victoria. 3 back to Color and Colonel, and still at the back, My Cousin Martha. Down the backstretch they go, and up front, What About Tonight? Leads it by a length and a half. Driver's Girl is second. No Sweat backed into a tracking spot third behind a 47-1 opening half mile. Devilish Romance running on a bit, so is Princess Victoria. She's in range. She'll need a way through, though. And then it's a gap of 5 to Color and Colonel, and My Cousin Martha has just played no role here as they round the far turn. First finish line in use. The first to come under pressure is your odds-on favorite, No Sweat. She's ridden hard toward the rail as What About Tonight bids to bottom out the group. She leads it by 2. Driver's Girl is all in. No Sweat toward the inside. Devilish Romance 3 wide. Then Princess Victoria. She looks to have some punch, but short stretch to work with here as What About Tonight now has the lead. On the outside, No Sweat continues to grind away at her after 3/4 in 1:12-2. No Sweat finally puts her mind to business, and now she takes the lead. What About Tonight is an all-in second. Princess Victoria third, but grinding away and winning the race is No Sweat. No Sweat kicks away. She'll win by at least 4 4. It's going to be a good battle for second, and it's too close to call from this vantage point. Maybe Princess Victoria over What About Tonight. My Cousin Martha ran on in 1:45 and 4.
Favorite takes care of business in today's 10th race. Number 2, No Sweat. Takes a while to get in gear, but once she got in gear, she was much the best horse, giving jockey Luis Saez his 4th winner of the day. This one for Todd Pletcher and Starlight Racing. 4, Princess Victoria gets up for second, ahead of the 7, What About Tonight, who had to settle for third. We'll move now to the 11th and final race over the main track at 5.5 furlongs. Maiden claimers in for a price tag of $12,500. Field of 12 signed on. The favorites were 9, Stroll Action. And there was money for 7. It's just not your day.
And runners away. Poor beginnings for Hindi and Second Illusion. Quick beginning out wide for Stroll Action, who hits the ground running. From Between Horses, Special Counsel is away in second. Best of Enemies is at the rail in a joint third. On the outside in Total Treasure. Working Between Horses, Chantilly Lily. Also Between Horses, Christianity. Pretty Shady is out wide on the course trying to move up. Then it's a gap of another 4 lengths back to Hurricane Roberta, who's 3 in front of Red Sails. Second Illusion is next, ahead of It's Just Not Your Day. And at the back is Hindi. Around the far turn they go, and up front it's now 9-5 proposition. Stroll Action, who strides to a clear lead. Up into second, Pretty Shady tries to take up the slack second. 4 lengths ahead of Special Counsel third, then back to fourth and Best of Enemies. From Between Horses, Chantilly Lily. Second Illusion tries to run on at the rail as they turn in 22 and 4 for the opening quarter. They went a half mile and 46 and 1. We're down to 2. Can Pretty Shady track down Stroll Action, who has the lead? Stroll Action by 2. Pretty Shady has not enough time to get there. Stroll Action 9-5 and kicking away. Stroll Action and Jorge Ruiz won at second. Pretty Shady. Good run from Second Illusion to get up for third after a subpar start. Special Counsel followed that, and then Hurricane Roberta in 104 and 4.
Number 9, Stroll Action proves best in the concluding stages of the Friday finale, getting the victory as the people's choice under Jorge Ruiz for trainer Luis Duco and owner and breeder Joseph Arango. 11, Pretty Shady was second. 1, Second Illusion ran third. Nobody had the high 5 triggers a carryover into Pegasus Day of more than $3,800. We had plenty of winners in the Rainbow 6 for just more than $1,500 on a 20-cent return. That triggers a carryover there. The pool will be more than $4 million as we head forward to Pegasus World Cup Day.
And that wraps up Friday's action. Remember, Saturday is Pegasus World Cup Day. 12 races, 8 stakes races, including the Pegasus World Cup. $16 million on the line. Boy, you got to be at Gulfstream Park. Good night and good luck.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired. Oh, my aching back. Let's hit the hay.